HoopsOnLane.com Fan Podcast, Episode 58, Penn State Postgame.
Hoops on Lane Fan Podcast is sponsored by About Face Cosmetic Therapy Center, because basketball season is also laser hair removal season.
You're listening to Hoops on Lane, a fan-produced pregame and postgame podcast about the Ohio State University men's basketball team. Visit hoopsonlane.com or subscribe where you listen to podcasts for all the latest episodes and information. Now here's your host, Dave Horning.
Greetings, Hoops fans. This is Dave Horning for HoopsOnLane.com Fan Podcast with a postgame review of the Ohio State-Penn State game. Penn State wins by 23 points in a game that was never close. Final score, Ohio State 56, Penn State 79. The Buckeyes were just anemic on offense the entire game. That is, after the first 2 minutes. Ohio State center Caleb Wesson scored the first 2 baskets of the game and gave Ohio State an early lead at 4-2. At the 18-12 mark in the first half, Caleb Wesson went up for a rebound and was attacked by Penn State's Josh Reeves going for an offensive rebound and arriving late to the party. His body bounced off Caleb's. Caleb's is too big and strong for the 6'4", 210-pound Reeves. So Reeves had no chance for the rebound, but Reeves' foot landed underneath Caleb Wesson's, and it resulted in a significant ankle injury to Caleb Wesson. This is less than 2 minutes into the game. It wasn't an intentional foul, but I'm not going to call it an accident. However, Josh Reeves was not even called for a foul, and he should have. Reeves wasn't really going for the ball, he had no chance for the rebound. So it could have even been called a flagrant foul 1 because of the excessive contact during a live ball. But, at a minimum, when a player is significantly injured, it should be a foul. To watch the video replay, visit Google and type in ESPN video Caleb Wesson injury. When you watch the video, it is shocking that Reeves came from left field and made no effort to rebound. He just body slams into Caleb as Caleb is coming down with the rebound. The contact also trips Caleb and results in the ankle injury. And no foul is called on Reeves. That Josh Reeves play is a textbook example of what would be called a charging foul in ice hockey, getting a 4 or 5 step run at a player and initiating body contact. In my opinion, it was a dirty play by Penn State's Josh Reeves. There is an expression in basketball, no harm, no foul. But on this play, Caleb Wesson was injured. There was harm and there should have been a foul. I'm just not a big fan of players getting away with the alleged accidental tangling of the legs. Just like in the last Ohio State-Penn State game when Keita Bates-Diop makes the game-tying three-point shot with 2.6 seconds left, and the Penn State defender trips Keita after the shot because their legs got tied up. No foul was called on that play either, but Keita should have been given the quote and one unquote free throw opportunity to give Ohio State the lead. After Wesson goes out, Penn State goes on a 12-0 run and Penn State never relinquished the lead. I'm not going to claim that Ohio State would have won the game had Reeves not injured Caleb Wesson, because the Buckeyes' offense was anemic all game long. The Buckeyes missed all 7 3-point shots in the first half, and were just 2 of 15 on the night. So, Penn State would have probably won the game without the dirty play, but Caleb Wesson only played 17 minutes and, when he was back in, he looked to me like he had no explosion in his jump. In fact, he had several shots blocked, not something you would expect to happen to a healthy Caleb Wesson. Penn State's Josh Reeves is the leading defensive player in the Big Ten. He does not have to play dirty to be a solid defender. In fact, he did defend and shut down Keita Bates-Diop, who scored only 10 points and only attempted 2 3-point shots the entire game. In addition, I'm not going to blame the refs for the loss. However, I was pleased to see Buckeyes coach Chris Holtmann collect a technical foul early in the game. It happened about 2 minutes after the Wesson injury, when Josh Reeves got away with another no call on a foul, this time on Keita Bates-Diop. I think Holtmann's technical foul did improve the refereeing for the Buckeyes, but Ohio State's offense was just too anemic. That is why we lost. However, in spite of how we were playing, with 7 minutes left in the first half, the Buckeyes had the ball and were down only 9 points. On the next 2 possessions, Keita lost control of the ball going up for a layup and then missed a jumper, and when Penn State's Shep Garner made a 3-pointer, Penn State had reestablished a 13-point lead. Maybe the Buckeyes should have called a timeout at that 7-point mark. The 4th timeout is always lost at halftime anyways, and the timeout might have allowed the Buckeyes to set up an offensive play to get Keita a better shot. The Buckeyes did not effectively run their offense against Penn State. There were too many individual action plays, too few quality assists, and too many times the shot clock ran down, forcing someone to take a 3-point shot. The Buckeyes were anemic on offense, and that is the reason Penn State won this game. Another sign that it was not going to be Ohio State's night was the final play of the first half, an unmitigated disaster. With 2.6 seconds left, Penn State threw an inbounds pass the length of the court, where Tony Carr caught it while being defended by two Buckeyes underneath the basket. He made the layup and was fouled as time expired. It was the worst play of the season for the Buckeyes. In the first 5 minutes of the second half, Penn State built a 30-point lead on two occasions, but to Ohio State's credit, the Buckeyes did not give up. With Penn State leading by 54-24, Ohio State went on an 18-4 run to cut the lead to 16 at the 10-minute mark, with Keita Bates-Diop making a three-point shot to cap the run. There were still 10 minutes left. Could the Buckeyes pull out another come-from-behind victory? As it turned out, no. Penn State was solid on offense the rest of the game, and the Buckeyes could not catch up. Did I mention the anemic Buckeye offense? Final score, Penn State 79, Ohio State 56. Just 56 points. On the positive note, Ken Williams did return to the team and played 16 minutes, but he scored just 2 points, so the rest was showing. Will he get the start on Sunday at Michigan? This is Dave Horning for HoopsOnLane.com Fan Podcast. Let's put this game aside and go beat Michigan.